at the same time. Like, bro, that ain't how you get it, dog.
From the home of the Bills since 1973, there's a look at the newly named New Era Field just outside of Buffalo, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's in my head now.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. Airing it out, looking for Ridley.
You dropped it.
Nearly an interception here on their opening
Wide
drive.
open pick.
But instead, third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Hairston. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Number 16's coming. Check Mike. Check Mike. You.
2nd and 6. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Who am I looking at?
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on third down. From the gun, Hairston, it's caught. Smith. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
How he overthrew him so
on
bad.
4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Still ain't got that jukebox, big dog.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was Nick Nelson that time who got a hand in to break that one up.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Jackson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. He's got a first down past the 30. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. To throw again is Jackson. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 38-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker, can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson, he completes this to Sutton. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
Everybody wanted crazy love until they find the crazy one.
Now Jackson on first down. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Can you
That
believe
first down
my
completion only
black
netted
line?
him 3. 2nd and 7. And Jackson throwing once more. Herndon's got it complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 12-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Jackson on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Jackson. This complete to Jones. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Number 16's coming. Check Mike. Check Mike. Night, sweetheart.
Looking to throw. Hairston. And it's a fumble. And he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire.
Oh, my.
Nowhere to escape. And
why you wind up like that?
Nick Bosa. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Jackson now. On the crossing route, complete. It's Brooks. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. That one was hard to fathom. They were in the dime. They had 6 DBs back there. They still lost it.
Great word, because I'm right there with you. I don't understand how they couldn't pick him up. But don't be surprised next week early, there's some extra people in the locker room. Maybe a tryout or two for those guys who missed it.
Jackson. And now he'll tuck it and run. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
What has no substance?
Sort of interesting going with a draw play there. Do you like that call?
I don't, but it would be a lot more powerful coming from me if I'd said it before the play actually happened, if I'd first guessed it. But look, a draw in that situation, heavy risk reward. If he walks in, it looks like a great call, doesn't it?
And instead brings up a tough 4th down. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And for Jackson, this may be a free play. And this is caught for a touchdown. We'll check the flag, but it looked like a clear offsides, and it should stand. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even
for
know
them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. This is taken at his 4. And he'll make it across the 20. As his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
I'm eating leftovers from last night. Oh. You had one today? You had one today?
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though.
Why my dudes ain't got their Bibles on, though, bro?
Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Check 24, check 24.
From the gun on 3rd down. Hairston able to haul it in as Kittle. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down. Off the play fake. Hairston. He's going to find Gallup here complete. 14 yards and the Bills will get a new set of downs. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A run on 1st down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hairston. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
And, Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Somehow get into it.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Let's go, we got this, we got this. 58's the Mike. 58's the Mike. It's been a long day for you. 58's the Mike, 58. 58's the Mike.
To throw again. Jackson. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff Spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, we got three, Check 13, check 13.
Jackson from the shotgun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Hey, check. Mike 50. Hey, check. Mike's 50. Come on.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
You're so
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now Jones. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This from 54 yards away.
with 6 in my face.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear, but here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a great return as he takes this up just shy of the 45. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
3 down. He's coming.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, it's Kamara. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The first down carry here for Johnson. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Double time. 3 down. Hey, check Mike 16. Check Mike 16. I'm going. Number 16's coming. Check him.
Back to throw. Hairston into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield. He had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And now the rookie's free. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point safely through. And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. Then he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
It's almost that time.
50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Here we go. Come on. Over. Number 16's coming. Check Mike. Check Mike. Target. Mike 16. Yes.
Throwing again. Hairston. And his throw here's incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and it's 3rd down.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit.
Mike 16. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Hey, check Mike.
To throw on 3rd down. Hairston. And that will be incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
When they expect him to have that money?
It's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're going to get things started.
Hey, that oven going on.
Got to keep pounding away.
What's the expectations on paying that back? That's a very good question.
3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Mike 16, Mike 16. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
They're going to try and throw. And it is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it.
I don't know about
At least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position.
They want their money, though. And it ain't even theirs. And it ain't even theirs.
Check 45 to Mike. Blue there, blue there.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
I don't understand why your offensive linemen try to cut a guy that's right in front of him. Like, why are you trying to
Bills
cut?
come to the line to start their
cut
next
block
drive. And
a
last
defensive
time
tackle.
They were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines? The head
Got to get
coach?
rid of him.
That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
That's good for the Bills. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
49, check it.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
The stop made by Myles Garrett. A 7-yard.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Buying time was and now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And it's a big turnover.
Bobby still do
the
that.
Final play of the quarter. Back now in Buffalo. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now that turnover might just about do it here. 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, a couple of 1st downs, and this one should just about be over.
Now a pass taken in by the tight end Herndon. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Tighten down, tighten down. There you go.
Now Jackson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Jackson looking to throw on third. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. They'll try the right side with Jones. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Ronald Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets will extend their lead. Pinheiro now to add the extra point.
Oh, you got this week.
And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away.
Oh, I ain't watching that Bulls.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Well, still.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Kamara off the draw. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. On 1st and 10, Hairston. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. You're not ready. You're not ready.
To throw again, Hairston, and that's going to be incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
On 3rd down, Hairston got his man there, complete to Gallup. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
On 1st down, Hairston nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. Looking to throw. Hairston, and for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 30, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
I got it. Whoa. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. 3 down, 3 down. Real. 6, 36.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. His throw incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. 3rd down here. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
58 to Mike.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
58, boy, 58, 58. That's it. Let's go.
Jackson now. Throwing on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete.
What you on your way to get, big dog?
Scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive.
He didn't catch that.
Confidence has to be shaken.
Come on, man.
And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
Operating from the gun, Hairston. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 45. And the return.
Let's go.
Comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go. 6 yards. 58 right there. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. 58.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down.
It don't make no sense y'all can't block this dude, man.
Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, this
Say what, big dog?
Have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control.
Man, the little nigga was in his feelings, man. I let him go and get it out, man. Hey, boy, mad about that Madden game. Boy, you terrible, too.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do
dedication,
something
man.
to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Jonathan Abram picks it.
That's terrible,
man. He moves from this home crowd on that call.
That's so
not at
weak.
all, and it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Let's put that team on the bus. Check 52.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Watch twist. What? Twist. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Let it go.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
8. And he bringing 3 and getting
Pass
sacked.
protection has been a problem all night long
That's
as
terrible.
they come up facing
That's
second and a
absolutely
bundle.
terrible, man.
Throwing is Jackson.
Oh, my God.
And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Jackson. Got a man open, it's Sutton. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to fourth down. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
58's the money. 58's the money. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
To throw is Jackson. Throwing on fourth down. And it's caught by Parker.
You can't anymore.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the fourth down play to result in 23 yards. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And his kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Jets, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll have another road date next week with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night.
You said you was gonna try to get everything sorted out, and I sent the advance text out too fast, huh?